Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Mary here, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to analyze questionnaire data in SPSS step by step. This video will guide you from raw responses to clean, interpretable results. Let's get started.
There are two different ways to import questionnaire into SPSS. The first way, which is the normal route of importing data, is an Excel file. This is the first method of importing questionnaires into SPSS. In my Excel file which I imported in, I had assigned numbers to each of my questionnaire responses. But what if your responses are still strongly agree, strongly disagree, agree or neutral? What do? In case of that, you open a new SPSS interface and you come here under the variable view. Define every of your variables, assign values, and come back under the data view. Go to your Excel file, copy and paste the responses here in the data view. To proceed forward, to set up the variable view. Here you can see every of it are numeric, and you want to ensure that the decimal numbers are 0. To label each of the questions by assigning the long format of the questions. You can see here question 1 service. If it's a service of the company, you can assign the labels here. Also, the measure. Linear scales are ordinal because ordinal measures are categorical data with a ranking order. So we are assigning ordinal measures to this. The next step is to decide the coding options for the questionnaire responses. For a linear scale, 1 is strongly agree, and we'll be defining the codes under the value column. Click on one of the questions. 1 is strongly disagree, 2 is disagree, 3 is neutral, 4 is agree, and 5 is strongly agree. I am using 1 to 5 linear scale, and this is because that is the structure of the questionnaire being analyzed. If yours have a different structure, please do well to assign the necessary values to the labels. Since each of these questions have the same linear scale, you want to just right click on this value, copy it, and highlight the remaining options here. Right click on it again and paste. This will replicate this linear scale structure all through the questions we are having. Next one to check, go to your data view and you can see each of it rightly assigned here. Now, the next step is to run a reliability analysis test on this data. This is very important to know if our questions are reliable, meaning if our questions are consistent. At the Analyze tab menu, under Scale, click on the Reliability Analysis. Select the questions and move them under the items. You want to use alpha reliability method, and once you've done this, press your OK. Yes, now we can see the result of the reliability test. We can see that the crossbar alpha is 0.146, which is telling us that this is very low. So there is a low consistency level between the questions. I believe this is due to the fact that this is a sample data set and such can happen. But in real data, if you encounter such issue, then you have to go back and restructure the questionnaire to be able to proceed with your analysis. But assuming that this is just a sample questions which I randomly selected the answers, so that won't be an issue. The next step is to carry out descriptive statistics on this data. For categorical data, you use frequencies, while for continuous data, you use descriptive analysis. Under Analyze tab menu, descriptive statistics, click on frequencies and move every of the questions to the variables. Yes, under statistics, select the mean and press your continue. Once you've done this, you want to press your O. Here is the output of our results showing the frequency table of each of the questions, and also if you want to check the descriptive statistics of the continuous data, which is age, you click on this and you also check it out, where you see the minimum, the maximum, the mean and standard deviation. The next step is to analyze by objectives or section. The first objective is to describe the demographics. Sorry, I skipped this. Gender is also a categorical data and you want to assign values to it. 1 which is male and 2 which is female. Sorry for skipping this. Now we want to describe the demographics, which is the gender and the age. Under analyze, remember that gender is a categorical data and that should be done under frequencies. You can reset this and press your gender, move it to the variables to check out your results. And also the second demographics we have here is the age, and we'll be using descriptive statistics since the age is a continuous data. Press your OK. This is the first objective, right? You can see the percentage of male we have here and the percentage of female we have here. The same way you can see the minimum age and the maximum age. The next objective is to measure the satisfaction, and here you can see the question 2, which is the satisfaction level. Under analyze, it is if we are using frequencies, we set to remove every variable here and move the satisfaction to the variables. Here is the output. The third objective we have is to check the satisfaction level by gender. We'll be using cross tabulation. Click on analyze. Under descriptives, you see cross tabs, click on it, and the rows should be gender while the satisfaction should be columns. And once you've done this, press your OK. You can see the number of male that selected strongly agree and the number of female that selected strongly agree. If you want to also showcase in terms of percentage, this is how you select the option here. Under cells, you select the percentage by rows. Once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is to export each of these tables generated into a Word document to be able to submit it in a neat way. So to do that, let's open a Word document. Here you can label it Objective 1, which is to measure demographics. Go under the SPSS output and copy out the tables created. For this, there are two ways to carry out this. Is either you export by right-clicking and exporting, or copy it. Since we already have a Word document where we want to do a step-by-step reporting, you can just click on this, and since there are two tables, click on the first table, hold down your control table and click on the second table, right click on it and copy. Come here under the Word document and Ctrl V paste. Yes, you also want to format the table to look much more good. From here you can start interpreting your results as shown in the table above. 48.3% of the respondents were male, while 51.7% were female. Don't just want to paste this directly, write descriptive statistics of gender. Also, let's just copy this and paste it here. Just change it to age, holding it so that it will be different from the other words. Once you have this, you also want to interpret the age table. The table above shows the minimum age is 18 and the maximum age is 29. You also want to include that the average age of the respondent is 23.83. Since age is a whole number, you want to approximate this to 24 years. So once we've done that, we want to proceed to objective 2, which is measure satisfaction level. You want to write under the SPSS output and copy the table created, the frequency table of the satisfaction. Paste it under the Word document using your Ctrl V. You want to also format the table, and let's interpret the descriptive statistics of the satisfaction level of respondents. Shows 33.3% strongly disagreed. Then you look at it in the highest ranking order. You don't just interpret scatteredly. The next highest percentage is 21.7% were neutral. The next one is 18.3% agreed. The next one, which is 15%, disagreed. And the last one, which is 11.7%, which is representing strongly agreed. The last objective, which is objective number 3, which is compare satisfaction level by gender. You want to write the type of table you've created, which is cross tabulation of satisfaction level by gender. You come here under the SPSS output and copy and paste the result of the cross tabulation. You want to copy and paste the one with the percentage or the one without the percentage. It depends on whichever one you think will be best for your analysis, and paste it here. You can notice something here, that this table is extending out of the page. What you do is that you can see this box here, this square box here. Click on it and drag it back inside the page. Now we have every of our results. To interpret the cross tabulation, we'll just do few of the interpretations, which I believe you guys can finish up. The highest, which is 37.9% of the male strongly disagreed, while 29% of the female strongly disagreed. So you interpret all of them just the same way I have been doing. I believe you guys learned a lot. You can see how we do the interpretation neatly, well arranged, and the interpretation are just prompt and what your clients want.
And that's how to analyze questionnaire data in SPSS step by step. I'm sure you learn a lot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for upcoming videos. See you on the next one. Bye.